Welcome to Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet where there really isn't an app for that. I'm your host, Rob.
And I'm Chad, and today we're talking some iOS games. We're going to pick some little games that we're playing and put them out there for you on a nice little platter so you can play some stuff when you have some free time, right?
Pretty good.
I'm excited.
Like always, you can follow us on Twitter at Epic Geek Out.
Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We would appreciate that because then you get all the updates right when they come out.
And it helps
Every
us.
Tuesday and Thursday we
Helps
put out
us.
episodes, and you can get them right on your YouTube feed.
And if you like or hate something, you can send us a long-winded email at fans@epicgeekout.
Yeah, awesome. So let's get into iOS games. So today we're going to be discussing some iOS games because there's not many other games out right now. So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about some little cheap games that you can get. A lot of people have iPhones or an iOS device now, and you always need those app recommendations, stuff
Just
to do.
those little things just to kill time. Might cost $1, might be free, but we'll get you through the day.
Yeah. So why don't you? We're going to each do two, I think, and then why don't you start?
Okay, so when we knew we were doing this segment, I went on, because I have been still playing some old games like Temple Run and Bike Baron, things like that. So I wanted to try a new game, maybe buy a couple, see, and recommend something new. So something that grabbed my attention was Slide to Unlock. First off, I was confused that it was under the games section because I thought it was just a security device for your phone. But it turns out it's actually a game, and really simple. It's just one of those games where you're just trying to get the high score. Really, there's no story absolutely at all. Just 4 slide to unlock bars come across the screen. You know, it starts in slow progression, and then it gets to the point where they're being put up at fractions of a second. And you're just trying to unlock them, and once the screen gets filled, it's over. Simple, easy, and it is a time killer. That's it. It's not, there's no story involved, there's nothing, but if you were just bored trying to beat your high score, you're into the achievement kind of thing, just download it. It was completely free, it takes up no space, it was fun. I probably won't play it in a week, but, I enjoyed playing it.
That's a great
recommendation. Up to this point. But isn't that like a lot of phone games are kind of like that, where you're into it, and then you're just like, okay, the new thing comes out. But what's one thing that you were excited for?
I picked up a game called Glass Tower. It's part Tetris, part Jenga, I guess is the best way to describe it. But basically, you're presented with different puzzles. Each level's a different puzzle. And it's a stack of blocks of different sizes. Sometimes they're little cubes. Sometimes they're longer blocks. Sometimes they're longer blocks going up. But there's red ones and blue ones. And you have to tap the blue. Well, you can tap any block and it'll disappear. But if you tap the red ones, you lose points. If you tap the blue ones, you gain points. But you got to eventually end the level with all the red ones staying on the platform. They can fall off the sides. So you don't want to do the wrong one because it'll tip.
They're
and
combining
fall.
a lot of games now, aren't they?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a cool little puzzle game, and I love these kind of games because they're level by level, which my other game is actually similar, has levels. So you can play a level or two, and then put it down, then pick it up later. Because I don't really want to get into a long-winded game where I have to sit there and finish a whole level if I don't have much time. So I really like that aspect of it. It gets progressively harder, obviously. The puzzles get more elaborate, and you just got to basically keep them all on the platform. If they fall off, then you lose.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't run out of points, basically. That's how it works. So you gain points, but then you get subtracted if they fall off.
Cool.
So you can't run out.
And then my game, again, it's another combination game kind of like that. It did cost $1. Whew. I know, it's getting expensive.
Yeah. Mine was free, but there also is a paid version. I think I paid for the dollar version, but
it's called Spell Tower. It kind of takes the idea of Tetris and moves it into kind of building words. So basically, you just swipe to create words. There's all these letters in little bricks, kind of like if they were put in the Minesweeper-esque kind of placement. And you just use your finger to swipe and make words. You get bonuses for using words like X, Z, Q, things like that in it. And I haven't played all the versions. I've just played the original where it's not a time thing. They have a timed version where it adds levels, and once you hit the top like Tetris, the game's over and you try to build as many points as that. I'm starting off slow. I've just been playing the just create the words, and it's fun. It's each level is a random generation of letters, so it's always something different. It's kind of just creative take on the Tetris
Right.
old
yeah.
Tetris thing instead
Mixed
of just
with
using the
spelling.
blocks. It's using the spelling. So it's $1. Like, it's funny because sometimes on the App Store I'm like, oh my god, it's $3, but then
Yeah. It's crazy.
I'll spend money outside of the App Store, like it's nothing. So it's just something fun to check out. It killed the time, and I was enjoying it. So
Cool. Yeah, my second game is a game called Stupid Zombies. We love zombies on this show because it's very geeky.
which I've also been playing. It is quite fun.
Yeah, it is fun. I think I played it before online for some reason, like a Flash version. But I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I played it before. But basically, it's a little bit of an Angry Birds type thing, but less difficult. Or I guess not less difficult, but less options, because you're just shooting. You're a guy shooting a gun, and you're shooting bullets. You have like 5 bullets per level, and it doesn't do anything special. It just can ricochet and shoot.
Well, it
straight.
Can ricochet.
Right, but it does. There's not different types of
Sure,
birds.
yeah.
Like in Angry Birds, there's different. They do different things. So basically, it's puzzle based. There are platforms where there's little zombies standing and they don't move. And you just got to try to knock out all the zombies. And it's star based, like a lot of games now. So you can get up to 3 stars per level, which unlocks more worlds and whatnot. So you're just trying to kill the zombies by bouncing the bullets off the walls.
And sometimes also using the environment of you'll have to shoot a red
like a button type
barrel. Or
right.
the red barrel to explode to kill them.
And then there's
or
also like a
knock
button
blocks
to
or pieces of wood into them and stuff like that. So
there's like a button that you can go over and it lifts up a thing. That's it gets kind of difficult.
I got to that part today too.
It gets kind of difficult, but it's fun, and it's you play it level by level, so you don't really have to worry about getting in and wasting a lot of time.
And I think the coolest part of that game is your little guy looks like Ash from Evil Dead.
Yeah.
So I mean,
not very
I
original,
just thought,
but I'll take it.
Yeah, and I also find it odd that like the bullet zips by my head and I'm not dead
Yeah.
for some reason.
It is free though. Like the one I've been playing is
the one
free,
I've been
and
playing is
I
free, too.
haven't really needed to upgrade. I think you probably get rid of ads, but I don't mind.
Yeah, it doesn't
that
matter
part
much
of it.
And I think this really just shows like I think this is really the next step in gaming is that everyone
micro games kind of.
Yeah, that
even like
they fill
Facebook
that
games
void.
are similar. They're very like small micro games.
And that like we now have these next gen consoles that why would I ever play a handheld, like the PSP, the new Vista, or like a Nintendo DS when I'm at
something
home.
extra to take with you. Which
And now they're on my phone. Like I think it's crazy. Like again, as a kid, I would have never, never expected that. And also, I really never played games on the iPhone in the beginning because I like a controller in my hands.
Yeah, for sure.
And, but the ability to move them, just the way that they've embraced this mentality and this kind of game, I think it's very creative. And
yeah, I mean, and there's definitely, I think, a market for both. Like, there's not gonna get rid of like the Xboxes of the world.
Oh, sure.
And I think maybe PSPs and that kind of stuff could dwindle a lot. But like, I think PSPs and like the Vita now is like evolving to like being able to play PlayStation games on like the handhelds.
Yeah.
Because they're expanding that. But like the games that are on iOS devices are so different because they're controlled differently. You couldn't play those on a console. You know what I mean?
again, I'm not looking to play the console games on.
Right.
Because like what you were saying earlier,
I don't like the
completely
virtual joysticks. I hate those things.
Well, and it completely matches what you're saying earlier is that you want something for that 1.5 minutes that you have the time. You don't want to go through a 30-minute level and have save points and have to follow a storyline. Like these are just things that you can just pick up and play, and they're pretty accessible to everyone. Some of my favorite moments at the family dinner table is having my grandmother play my iPhone, even though the one time I think it was eye-bowling or something stupid I downloaded. I'm like, please don't throw my phone, and my phone got thrown. So, I have to tether it to the table or something. But I think it's something creative, and it's a really interesting way to look at how gaming can be in the future.
I like the social aspects too because we started playing the Draw Something game, which is like widely popular. I just never really picked it up. And just the fact that I could scroll through pretty much, I'd say 75% of my Facebook friends, and they were listed on there as having, I mean, probably not 75%, but a good portion. And I could play
to find a game or a
play
random
with
person.
them. Like it's crazy that you can now play a game where you send your turn to somebody and then they can do it 20 minutes later, 2 hours later, and send it back to you. It's a really cool social
experience. Or that we have
online
capabilities on our phone.
Right.
Holy
it's crazy.
crap. Like, this isn't like, going raiding in an MMORPG, or anything like that, but you're still playing against another person using your phone, your
We're all
Nuts.
We're all connected.
Absolutely crazy.
Next thing, Cylons. They're coming.
Yeah, no, he just finished Battlestar. So again, if we gave all the information to contact us in our opening. If you see any games, apps, anything that you think we should check out, just let us know.
Yeah, we'd love to hear about them. Comment, whatever.
Definitely.
It's time. You know what time it is?
I don't. Can you?
It's time for thanks. On
That's
Epic
what
Geek
time
Out.
it is.
So, what are you thankful for today? Geek thanks. What do you think?
This is something that you are going to appreciate. I am so thankful for my iPad.
Love it.
I don't have a laptop. I just have a desktop computer, but I have my iPad. And recently, from going on trips with it, just everything, I've loved it. When I first got it, I used it as kind of a novelty. I have an iPhone as well, so it wasn't that big of a difference. I never just was like, oh, I need to use this. But now I think I'm starting to maximize its potential, and it's great. I kind of love it. I've been renting books from the library through it.
That's really neat. I think
Netflix, HBO Go, Showtime has an app. It's been really great. And for travel, it was one of the best things ever, just to have on the plane, to have just to hook up to the Wi-Fi. So I'm really, really thankful for my iPad. So
Awesome.
Chad, what are you thankful for today?
Well, you kind of spoiled mine a little bit, but I'm going to do a callback to something I said I was watching a couple weeks ago, and I finally finished it. Battlestar Galactica. Rob is watching it. Are you liking it, right? You liking it?
I like it. Yes, I do.
There was definitely problems with the last 2 seasons, last season for sure, and I can see the ending being very controversial for some people. But I like the ending a lot, and I think it's a well put together show. Like from start to finish, it has a clear ending, clear arc of story, and yes, there's issues, but it wrapped up a lot better than I felt Lost did. And I just love the story overall. I really want to see more of it. It's kind of sad.
And if you're our friend on Facebook, you'll see that he's posting articles about Battlestar, about buying life-size Cylon statues.
Well, I would think that would be awesome. Would you not?
So it's been an addiction. You finished it quick too.
I did. I watched it.
It was
very
crazy.
Fast. I mean, there's a lot of episodes a season. There's like 20 a season. I mean, it draws me back to when I first saw 24 for the first time, because I watched like 4 seasons, which is how many there are from Battlestar, all like within 2 weeks.
Definitely, but check out the show if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, very good.
I've been enjoying it.
It's good. It's unique, and there's not really anything on television right now like that. So, very cool. So awesome. Thanks for watching this episode. We'll be back next week with some more episodes.
Have a great weekend.
Have
a good one.
Have a good weekend. We love it. So thank you again for watching this episode of Epic Geek Out. We'll see you next week.